Shannon, do you have anyone else that you want to highlight for the waiver wire?
No, I'm good.
Let's jump into our waiver wire segment. So with this section, if you are unfamiliar, we do players that are available in at least 50% of leagues, and then we do more long shot players that are available in less than 25% of leagues. Mike, I will kick it to you first.
I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson. He's available in 68% of Yahoo leagues. The Mavericks need someone to help take some of the scoring pressure off of Luka Doncic. Brunson scored at least 17 points in 2 of 4 games. He's averaging just under 6 assists. Even though he's coming off the bench, he still averaged 27 minutes a game. Porzingis is hurt again. We know he's been pretty injury prone, so there could be a lot of nights when he's out, which will also help Brunson. So available in 68% of Yahoo leagues, I think now's to take a chance on Brunson.
Shannon, who is someone that you are targeting on the waiver wire?
I'm pretty sure we talked about this guy last week, but I think it warrants mentioning again. Desmond Bane. He's been starting since the beginning of the year for the Grizzlies, and he's been nothing but fantastic. He's averaging 19.2 points, 4.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.2 steals, and he's hitting 3-pointers as well. 3.4 threes per game right now, and 8.2 attempts. He's locked in to the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. I don't think it matters when Dylan Brooks gets back. Bane is starting over Kyle Anderson, and Kyle Anderson's healthy right now. He's going to continue to start. He looks like a great fit at the 3 for them. He's got enough size to stick at the 3, 6'5", 215. He's a strong kid. I'm just more and more impressed every time he plays. Last night he had 19 and 6 with 5 3-pointers.
Player that I'm going to highlight that's available in 50% of leagues is Lonnie Walker. He's 37% rostered in Yahoo and 11% on ESPN. He's currently ranked 85th per game. You should not expect him to do much besides score. That's kind of been the story of his career. But he's averaging 15, 3, and 3 for the rebuilding Spurs. The minutes are a bit of a concern. He's at about 26. But, I mean, I think he's going to remain viable probably all season for 4-game weeks at least. And right now he's viable on 3-game weeks. Someone that I think should not be on a waiver wire in a 12-team league, especially while we don't know the extent of the McDermott injury. I think he's going to be out for the next 2 games at this point. But he could miss more time. We'll see what happens. But someone that's just a young guy playing well, ranked 85th. Mike, who is your long shot suggestion of the week?
Shannon mentioned him earlier, Anfernee Simons of the Blazers. He's currently available in 90% of Yahoo leagues. We've discussed this several times, even when I was on the last time, that the Blazers have very little depth, especially at guard. Simons has averaged a career-high 23 minutes a game. Last season, in only 17 minutes a game, he averaged just under 2 3-pointers. So it shouldn't really be a surprise that he's averaging 2.8 with his added playing time this season. So if you need threes, he's not going to be great in other categories, but if you need threes, the Blazers play 4 games in both of the next 2 weeks. So Simons would be someone I would target.
Shannon, who is next on your list?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Terance Mann. Backup guard, backup wing for the Clippers. He's owned in 31% of Yahoo leagues, 13% of ESPN. He's been solid so far this season. I think people expected some people early in the draft season at least expected a big jump from him because of Kawhi Leonard's injury. But Eric Bledsoe's locked in the starting lineup. Reggie Jackson's locked in the starting lineup. Nick Batum's back now. He's playing. But I think Mann still holds value and should be owned in more leagues than he currently is, especially 14-teamers. He's playing 29 minutes per. He's averaging 8.5, 6, 3.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1 3-pointer per game. If you're in leagues where, the top 150, 160 players are owned, I think Mann's worth rostering.
My long shot of the week, Grayson Allen, who I don't know if I mentioned last week either. Cheating a little bit because he's 26% roster on Yahoo, only 7% on ESPN. Certainly, he's getting a bump from Jrue Holiday and others missing time early in the season for the Bucks, but he is a legitimate starter for Milwaukee. For the time being, DiVincenzo, when he comes back, things get a little complicated. But right now, Grayson Allen averaging 14, 4, and 2 with a steal, hitting 2.8 threes in 29 minutes. If you need threes, he's a guy to target, and he'll definitely get you some assists, some rebounds, and steals here and there as well. I can at least just say from watching the Bucks that they're completely confident in Allen doing what he needs to do with the ball. Like, they're not encouraging him not to dribble. Like, he'll play make for them. He's very much a part of the offense. I don't think that will go away even when DiVincenzo comes back. Mike, in Ken Kreitz fashion, you have a dull suggestion.
Yeah, Alex Caruso of my Bulls. He's available in 56% of Yahoo leagues. He has ignited their second unit. He finds himself on the floor a lot at the end of games. They shift DeMar DeRozan down to power forward. And they play a 3-guard rotation. Also, Pat Williams sprained his left wrist yesterday, so that's something to keep an eye on. He's not a high-volume scorer, but if you need steals, he's got 15 of them across 5 games, almost like a T.J. McConnell steals performance off the bench last year for the Pacers. Levine's dealing with that thumb injury as well. He's trying to play through it. There's clearly a path for Caruso to have a big role here. If you need scoring, he's not your guy. If you need defensive stats, then Caruso's the guy that can help you with steals.
What about when Kobe White returns? Do you think we'll still see Caruso getting 25, 26 minutes per?
Boy, I tell you, I think he does. I think this front office has shown that they will quickly move on from the previous regime's players. I don't think they're very excited about Kobe White. Caruso has provided so much energy. I mean, the defense that he provides is crucial, especially late in games. He did a great job on Kemba Walker at the end of yesterday's game. I think he's going to play a lot. I do, even if Kobe White comes back.
Yeah, White's someone that I've kind of been interested in as like a dynasty guy for a while. I do have him, I thought, maybe in one of our keeper leagues, but it's tough to say. I mean, I think there would be plenty of teams that would be interested in taking a gamble on Kobe White. If we're talking real basketball, I'm sure they'd send something decent back if they were a rebuilding team. So yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, they're giving 16 minutes a game to Javonte Green. They're giving 13 minutes a game to Troy Brown. Maybe they try to go pretty small. I mean, the Bulls are already a little small considering their backup center situation, and DeRozan plays a lot, or will play at the 4. But I think Caruso. It's like you mentioned, Mike. It's so hard to justify not giving Caruso the 28 roughly minutes he's been seeing because he's just been such a difference maker on the defensive end and a good passer.
It's wild the shortcomings that he helps make up for them on the defensive end. I mean, it feels like he's everywhere. He's done an incredible job.